In the last video we did the square root of sword, but that question has a plus. But this time around we have a minus. And if you followed that video, I mentioned in that video that the square root of any sword depends on the sign. So if it's square root of 7 plus root 10, like we did in that video, the square root of this is going to be square root of m plus square root of n. If it is the square root of 7 minus root 10 that we are looking for, it will be square root of m minus square root of n. So the answer is usually in this form. So the square root of 14 minus 4 root 6 is going to be square root of m minus square root of n, because we have a minus. If you follow that principle that I just gave you now, so from here, to get rid of the square root, we have to square both sides. So if we square both sides, square root of m minus square root of n. So if you square both sides, so you square to remove square root. So this cancels this. So we have 14 minus 4 root 6. So the square of that means root m minus root n times root m minus root n. So this multiplies that. So we have root m times root m minus root n, then minus root n root m minus root n. So root m times root m, that's root m times m minus root m times n, then minus root m times n, then minus times minus plus root n times n. So this is root m squared minus root m n minus root m n plus root n squared. So this square cancels this square root. We have m. Then you are owing somebody root mn, and you are owing another person root mn. So altogether you are owing 2 of root mn plus this square cancels this square root. You have n. So this is 14 minus 4 root 6. So now from here this becomes 14 minus 4 root 6. Now these rational numbers, let's bring them close. We have m plus n minus 2 root mn. So from here we can do equality of sort. So that means the rational numbers will equal to the rational number. So m plus n is equals to 14, and the sort will equals to the sort. So minus 2 root mn is equals to minus 4 root 6. So if we divide both sides by minus 2 first, minus 2, we have square root of mn should be equals to minus cancels minus 2 in 4, that's 2 root 6. So to get rid of the square root, we square both sides. So square root of mn, 2 root 6. So if we square both sides, so this cancels this. Now the square of both sides for this, we have mn is equals to that. Let's do this properly. We have 2 root 6 times 2 root 6. So that's the square. So we have mn is equals to 2 times 2, that's 4. Square root of 6 times square root of 6, that's square root of 36. So this becomes 4 times square root of 36, that's 6. So that means mn is equals to 24. So that's equation 2. So we have equation 1, one linear and one quadratic. So we can make any letter, whether m or n, the subject. So let's make n the subject. So from make n is subject of the formula from equation 1. So if we make n the subject of the formula from equation 1, so we have n, that means n should stand alone, so the n goes to that side. We have 14 minus m, so this is equation 3. So we can put equation 3 into equation 2. Now we've learnt simultaneous equation, so I would need you, if you are struggling with simultaneous, to go and check simultaneous equation video. So anywhere we see n now, we replace it with 14 minus m. So we have m into bracket 14 minus m is equals to 24. So let's open this bracket. We have 14m minus m squared. So let's okay, it's equals to 24. So this one comes to this side. So we have minus 24 plus 14m minus m squared is equals to 0. So the next thing is to multiply this with this. So if we multiply, we have minus 24 times minus m squared. So minus times minus will give us plus. 24 times m squared will give us 24 m squared. So when we did quadratic, we'll look for two factors that when you multiply we'll get 24, and when we add or subtract we'll get 14. So the two factors are the two factors, let's list. That's 12 and 2. Yes, 12m plus 2m will give us 14m, and 12m times 2m will give us 24m squared. Please, if you are struggling with this, if you are struggling with what I did here, please, I would advise you just look for the quadratic equation. We've done a lot of videos, so for you to understand all this, you need to check the basic concept. So let's continue. So we found the two factors that when you add or subtract them you get 14m, and when you multiply them you get 24m squared. So instead of writing 14m, we replace it with those factors. So minus 24 plus 12m plus 2m minus m squared is equals to 0. So you enclose this, the first two and the next two. So you bring out the highest common factor. The highest common factor here is 12, but you bring this sign out, so we have minus 12. So you divide everything by that minus 12. Then 12m over minus 12. Then the highest common factor, you bring the plus, is m. So you have 2m over m minus m squared over m is equals to 0. So if we divide all those things inside the brackets, so we have minus 12. So minus cancels minus. 12 in 24, that's 2. Plus over minus, that's minus. 12 cancels 12, so you have m plus m. This m cancels this m, so you have 2 minus m cancels this, you have m is equals to 0. So 2 minus m, 2 minus m, so you take just one. 2 minus m, then minus 12 plus m is equals to 0. So we are multiplying two things and is equals to 0, so it means either the first equals to 0 or the second equals to 0. So if this one goes to that side, you have 2 equals to m, which is the same thing as m equals to 2, or m equals to, if this minus 12 goes there, so we have 12. So we have two answers for m. So we use these values of m to find n from equation 3. So to find n now, so we say when m is equals to 2, so that means n is equals to 14 minus 2. So this is 14 minus m. So that means n is equals to 12. and when m is equals to 12, we have n is equals to 14 minus 12, so that means n is 2. So therefore the answers, therefore when m is 2, n is 12, or okay, should be and when m is 12, n is 2. So but the square root, hence the square root of 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to square root of m minus square root of n. Now we have to be careful here because it's minus. So if you look at the solution, we got, well, we can't say, but I feel the solution should be a positive answer. Now we can actually confirm with the aid of a calculator, but I'm not sure that's necessary. But I feel this should give us a positive result because square root of 4 is like 2. Square root of 9 is 3. So if this were to be 9, so square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 4, 12. So 14 minus 12, that's 2. The square root of 2, that's positive. So I feel this answer should be positive. So if it's positive, that means the correct answer should be this, because m is greater than n here, but here m is less than n. So if we use this one, root 2 minus root 12, we'll get a negative answer. So I feel this should be the answer. So the correct answer should be square root of 12 minus square root of 2. So when you have a negative sign, you have to be careful. You can only get one answer because the negative sign can make your answer to either be positive or negative. But if it were to be positive, the answer will surely be positive. So either of the answers can be correct. So the solution to this is square root of 12 minus square root of 2. I feel with this, we should understand how to find the square root of a surd, whether it is plus or minus. You just need to study all these steps carefully. So we'll see another concept in the next video.